were too sweet for me until I stumbled along the river and fell in. The snake's back on his feet, walking down the street. He's coming for you, but baby, I'm coming too. I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna fight for your love. I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna fight for your love. I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna fight for your love.
Hello, everybody. It is June 9th, 2024. I am Drew.
And I'm Tara.
This is America's #1 Chicago-based sibling sports and entertainment butthole buffoonery. It is the wettest podcast east of the Mississippi River. It is the wettest podcast west of the Mississippi River. It is the hottest podcast, do we say north of the Mason-Dixon line, maybe? I don't know. We basically decided there was hotter podcasts south in Brazil,
Yeah.
things like that. A little hotter, a little sexier. But this is MELLONfights. MELLON fights. MELLONfights. Gmail. Email us at MELLONfights. MELLON fights at gmail.com. Sometimes I forget to say it. I'm just going to say it at the top. Get it out of the way.
You know what I think we should add to the number one?
What's that?
The number one technical difficulty.
Probably. Can you tap your mic for me just in case? Okay, we're all right.
Because the number of tech diffs we have is
Why don't you point it up at your face
high.
more? Thank you. Tara, I just got home from Wisconsin. I was in Wisconsin for the old Pops. Pops, the first ever guest on the show back on Father's Day a couple years ago. Father's Day is coming up, so it's almost 2 years since Dad popped on for the first time for his 65th birthday.
That's a
Now I'm
big one.
back and shy. How do you feel about that?
Crazy. I didn't even say goodbye
To Dad?
to you.
Oh, well, that was your problem.
I don't have a car.
You didn't say goodbye last
Just-
night.
Huh?
You could have said it last night.
I know, but I didn't.
I didn't really care.
We'll see in a few weeks.
Sure. So yeah, stuff. What's going on? Really, I don't know. We watched. He turned 60. 65's old.
It's not that old.
It's old, Tara. I got a picture of the back of Dad's head. He looks like an old man. If we didn't know his dad, we just saw some old man.
Why'd you get a picture of the back of his head?
Because it's funny. I took a picture of the back of Dad and Mush's head while you guys were taking a million dumb fucking pictures. I got a good one. That's why.
That's like the place where he has the most hair.
Yeah. What's that got to do with anything? Young people
So
are
he
bald
would
all the
look
time.
young.
It's the oldness of the hair. Old man
Right?
hair. But yeah, I was back for that. I ate too much food yesterday. I think I gained like 5 pounds, I feel like, in like 2 days.
Damn.
Which is crazy. Because I didn't really eat that much. And I worked out.
You
I
had a
even
few
worked out when I was
bevs.
at home every day.
You had a few bevs. Maybe that played into it.
Maybe. I don't think so. I think it's all that meat. All that meat I ate yesterday. But I got a good poop in though, so that was good. Right when I got
That's
home.
good.
Super good poop. Now you guys all know. Now y'all know. But so we're back. There was sports wise, we had was there anything you want to talk about from the weekend, Tara? You're not really
Not really. It wasn't. It flew by. It really did.
the weekend?
Yeah.
I mean you worked most
I mean,
of it.
I know, but even yesterday it flew by. We got to see some family we hadn't seen in a long time. A little baby that was super cute,
Sure.
keeping us entertained.
I was pretty tired all day yesterday.
You seemed it. You seem a little tired today too.
I don't seem tired. You are not even talking when I say things. I said
I'm
a bunch
wide
of stuff
awake.
and there was no responses to it. I feel like you're the tired one. I'm
wide
all
awake.
energy all day. Yesterday, tired. Today, fine.
All right, then let's pick it up.
You pick it up.
I am. I'm wide awake.
I'm wide awake. Who sings that song?
Katy Perry.
What's Katy Perry's deal?
I don't know. I
I
haven't
don't
watched
think I
Idol
like.
lately.
Yeah, I don't watch
but
Idol anymore. I gave up on it, but she's annoying.
Yeah.
She's annoying.
Yeah, I think
There'll be times like maybe she's cool, and then I go, nah, you bug me. She's like
There's a
she's
clip.
just like always doing something.
Yeah, she's just a little bit of a weirdo. But there is a clip where she is at the Met Gala and she's wearing a hamburger outfit, and then she sees J-Lo and she's like, "Oh, hey J-Lo." And J-Lo's just like looking beautiful, and she's like being fun and silly, which
Sure.
I like.
Was that this year or last year? Or a different
I
year?
think that was a couple years ago.
J-Lo.
She's fallen from fame.
Why is that?
People seem to hate her now.
Tara, they just hate everyone famous and rich. If
I
you're
know.
around long enough, especially nowadays, back in the day that wasn't true. The longer you're around, the more you're beloved. But now if you're around long enough, they hate you. They'll find
Yeah.
one thing that bothers them about you. Or bothers them about you, and then you're over for them.
Well,
Plenty
apparently
of
the
people still.
Bronx hate J-Lo because, well, she canceled her whole tour because no one wanted to go see her.
Sure.
I
Well, did
think
she
she
even put
just isn't
anything out?
relatable at all.
Huh?
I just don't think she put out a whole new record, I think, that went along with her like self-funded documentary
Here's
movie
my
that
take on
people
that.
were
I
like,
don't
this
think
is
it's
terrible.
I don't think it's what yours. I don't think it's that.
What?
Because she's not the only person doing it. It's because nobody has any fucking money, Tara. The people that do have their money, they're going to save it for their Taylor Swift. All those people are going to do their thing, but nobody has any money, Tara. People have money, so they're not going to J-Lo, who probably was charging too much for tickets anyway. They don't got the money to do it. No one's going. They're like, people didn't go to movies the other week. It's because nobody has any money. Everyone's fucking broke as shit.
Yeah.
And everything costs too much. It's like, I'm broke, but everything costs a bunch. Like, wow, of course I'm not going to go to this.
Right.
Cost $1
It's
million.
like, I'll wait for it to get on one of my million streaming services that I have to have.
Right. So that's what's going on. That's the real truth of the matter. Nobody has any money because all these dickheads have too much money.
Yeah.
And that was our weekly talking shit about people with money and no money. And now we'll move on to our talking about, I don't even want to talk about the Caitlin Clark shit. I don't care. I'm just so over it. It's just so boring and like the way people talk about it and what they want to make about it. And then people just making up shit that's the way, like, what's the woman that used to be on? She used to be on the Colin Cowherd show, and now she does a podcast with Taylor Rooks. What's her name?
What the hell's her name?
I saw her on something.
I know exactly who you're talking about. But I can't think of her name.
Here, I just popped a zit on camera. That was on my arm because it was hurting.
Yuck.
Well, no one saw it. You didn't even see it. Anyway, she was basically saying
What's her name?
Basically, it was this whole like, you know how what's her name is like
Joy Taylor.
Yeah, I think that's her name. Yeah.
Yeah, the brown hair. Yeah.
But basically, you know how Angel Reese was like, I'm a reason you guys are all watching too. Technically true.
Mm-hmm.
But also no one know who she was if she had just done that to any random girl, like the whole thing. No one even talked about it. It just happened to be that she did it to the most famous college basketball player in the world at the time. Otherwise, we may have we'd be like, oh, that's a crazy that girl did that to that other girl. But no, it's because she did it to Caitlin Clark. But but that's what this Joy Taylor was basically. She's like, oh yeah, she's totally right. No one was even talking about Caitlin Clark before that. And like, that's so untrue. That's like just a bold lie.
Yeah.
That is not what happened.
No.
That's the only reason people were watching that game and everyone saw it happen was because Caitlin Clark was everyone was already talking about her because she already had started like jacking threes up and like breaking records. So just don't lie. That's the whole point. People are just lying now.
Well, that's the thing. If LSU would not have been in that game against Caitlin Clark, no one would have been watching. No one would have any clue who Angel Reese, not nobody, but like the
Right.
casual fan.
Right. The best thing to have in Angel Reese was that Caitlin Clark.
Yeah.
They beat her. And that's that's the team. The team did that. They did a good job.
Yep.
I'm just saying. It's the Caitlin Clark effect. It's not the Angel Reese effect. Nobody's watching those Chicago games. I mean, they are a little bit, but not really. It's weird. And again, there's all this racial shit behind it, and people want to push that on, and it's like, man, you guys are really stupid. You're really making it hard. Like, you should really stop that. You should like. It's gonna like push so many people away from the sport. They're already doing it. It's stupid. Yeah. I care so little about it, and I just keep having to hear about it. I don't know.
And I just feel like it just makes it, like you said, it's making it unwatchable because it's like I don't want it to always have to be like this bigger storyline than it is.
Right.
And it's like then I start finding things like flaws about the game where it's like, well, do I even really want to watch this?
Right.
Because,
I send you clips on the regular that are like, isn't this ridiculous? Like the biggest and the best players.
Which way are we going?
Going the wrong way in a game. That's insane. Yeah.
It's like what you do when you're in elementary.
It wasn't that it even was the wrong way. She threw it to the wrong player.
Yeah.
First, she just threw it to the other. Just threw it, inbounded it to the other team, and then she dribbled. Then I think she confused herself. She's like, "This can't be right." So she pulled it back out, and then she passed it off to a chick, and then there was just a bad layup shot.
Yeah.
It's tough, T.
It is.
It's a tough watch.
But seriously, I mean, we're talking about it now, so let's like the fact that Caitlin Clark isn't on the Olympic team was just such a misstep for whoever picked the teams.
It doesn't make a lot of sense. It's like she's the biggest name in the sport.
She's doing well enough.
They were going to have the best
to compete.
People are still going to. The people that we're going to watch it anyway are going to watch it. A lot of people aren't going to watch it now. People that wouldn't have watched. People that are just like, I'm going to watch Caitlin Clark do her thing. Plus, I'm going to guarantee that people aren't going to watch it because she's not on the team.
Plus, some of like the biggest like naysayers of Caitlin Clark are on that team, so why not put her on that team and see what happens? Like,
yes, that was my big take. Is like put her on the team, get her like these like the NBA guys when they all play on the Olympic teams together, they all kind of bond a lot, quite a bit these days, and they kind of learn from and like become tight. And I think that'd be better for the league. You can still have like a rivalry
for sure,
but it's like get people in the league like talking good about her a little bit more. It's better for the league. A villain is one. Everyone's like, oh, you need a villain. Like, you don't. The Bulls only became the villain because they were so fucking good that people started to hate them. But they liked Michael Jordan because he was fucking the best person to watch. And the league got bigger and better. People didn't hate Michael Jordan. Everyone loved, he was like the most popular player on the planet. I'm sure there were some like rival teams that hated Michael Jordan a lot, but they also appreciated it too because it was something different. And that's what Caitlin Clark is. She's different. It's never looked like this before. You know, there's some players and some people argue that's not true. I'm like, it is true. There's players that are good, but this is the first time where it's like looked a little different, where it's just like, man, she just stops and jacks it from wherever she wants. She has she has at least some sort of character. It's annoying, but at least she's like different.
That's it.
Huh?
I said that's it. You're really picking
it hurts.
Well, also it's like she is like drawing people, like she's helping her team out a lot because she's drawing like triple teams and then leaving people wide open.
I know. So I watched a clip where 3 girls followed her. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
she's like pointing at the wide open girl, like get to her.
Yeah.
And then
they just don't know how to play with her yet. I just don't think she has very good teammates either. Like one of the girls that they claim is like really good. I watch her and I've never seen her do anything good.
Well, that's the thing too. It's like have her play with these like all-star girls.
How good that would be?
Let's get her raised up a little and see what she can do.
See
like
play
how
with people
fun
that
can
handle
be.
it. Like to play with like stars.
Yeah.
That could be really interesting to see how good she looks with those people.
I saw somebody compare it to like, well, you know, she's a rookie and sure she's doing good for a rookie, but like look at like Chet Holmgren had a really good rookie year, but he's not going to make the USA team. I'm like, what the fuck is that?
Who cares?
Like, that's
he
not
also
a
wasn't.
comparison.
He also wasn't the best player in the. You know what? The best rookie was the best rookie was Wemby, and guess what? He's going to be on the Olympic fucking team.
Yeah.
He's going to be
for
on the fucking
France.
French team
Yes.
without a goddamn doubt.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, Chet Holmgren isn't as good as these other guys
No.
yet, and no one cares about Chet Holmgren.
Exactly.
It's the stupidest thing. Like, nobody
I
cares
know.
about Chet Holmgren.
No.
Non-NBA fans don't know who Chet Holmgren is. Don't know who he is.
It's like just so weird to me too. It's like you can't compare the two sports at all. Because someone was saying like, "Oh, you guys weren't complaining when I was a rookie and Gary Payton did X, Y, and Z." And I was like, "Okay, but like it's so different. That is comparing apples and oranges. Like, who are you? Like, were you didn't have like this same thing going in as Caitlin Clark does? It's like all eyes are on her." And it's just a totally different animal.
It's a business.
Yeah.
Stop pretending it's not a fucking business, and you're gonna market your most famous player more than other people. Stop being fucking stupid, you idiots. She's your most famous player. They're gonna market her the most. They have to. It's a business. They're trying to make money. It's insane.
Exactly. They're trying to grow the game. You guys are complaining about equal pay, equal this, more pay, blah, blah, blah. It's like, well, the way to do that is get more eyes on it. And Caitlin is getting more eyes on it right now, regardless if you're happy about it or not.
Even if you don't think she deserves it.
Exactly.
Doesn't matter.
Have your opinion
it doesn't
on
matter.
that. That's fine.
And guess what? She does. She scored the most points in the history of college women's basketball and men's NCAA Division I basketball. Like, shut the fuck up. She's clearly good. She went to she took her team, which stunk. Didn't stink, but she carried a team to the Final Four 2 years in a row. She's good. Stop.
Yeah.
Just stop. Silly. Anyway, again, so yeah, my thing now is more just become this, like, the people talking about it, like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
You're just making shit up. You're not making it about you're trying to make it about, everyone's trying to make themselves a victim in these stories. It's like, you're not a victim. I'm so tired of it. You're not a victim. Some people are victims. You're not right now, WNBA players. In fact, you could benefit from this if you just fucking chilled the fuck out. Yeah, not picking her was like, I think it was a move. I think before the Olympics happened, I think she ends up being on the team. That's my prediction.
I don't know why she wouldn't be. It's insane.
Someone's going to get hurt, something like that. Someone's going to have to pull out. She's got to be the first name that goes on the list.
And like I said, I looked at the people that are on that list, and some of them are like the big, like, haters of, like, the old heads of the league that are just kind of like, oh, welcome to the WNBA or whatever. And it's like, have them play with her. Like, have them see, like, what kind of player she is and lift her up.
I don't think she helps herself out.
No.
Because she is, like, kind of annoying. She doesn't seem all that gracious about anything. I think if she had a different attitude, it'd feel different. She just doesn't seem very likable, Caitlin Clark. Like, she's always, but I think it's because she's awkward. I think she's was raised a certain way. She's kind of a loner. So she's like, she's just a little different. So I don't know that I think she rubs people the wrong way. Mm-hmm. And she just kind of acts a certain way. She ain't afraid to flop. But again,
nope.
She's got that Luka vibe. Luka has a little more charm. Oh, yeah. Luka has charm to him, though. That's the thing. Luka can be very charming. I don't think that she has any sort of charminess in her at all. It just isn't her flavor. But I think it's because she just eats, drinks, and sleeps. Hoops. She hoops.
She's a hooper.
She worked really hard to get where I think Luka has a lot of natural ability. Or I think Caitlin Clark, not that she doesn't have natural ability, but I think hers is a lot of work ethic that got her to where she's at, and just like drilling it is what I've kind of taken from like her training style. Anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, we probably won't have to talk for a while because nothing. She didn't make the Olympic thing, and so unless something weird happens in the next week. But yeah, I just think it's there's just too much jealousy going on with it. You know what I'm saying? It just feels like a lot of jealous people. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people that are putting stuff on certain things, and there might be certain truth to it while she's so big.
Sure.
I'm not going to pretend like because she's a white girl that she's not even more popular than she would be. I think she'd be
Right.
popular regardless. But
Yeah.
it definitely matters. But it doesn't have. But that doesn't. It doesn't mean all of this stuff is why that's going on. And to always think about it that way is not good for you as a person. If that's all you're
No.
doing is like this fucking dumb white girl. Not
You
that
can
anyone's saying that.
quote
McAfee.
McAfee.
This
Jesus
white-
Christ.
I was trying not to say something.
I
like
know.
that.
Don't.
But I
Don't.
think
I was kidding.
he wasn't really saying it like that. He was just like
no.
he thought he was being cool. He wasn't.
Yeah. No.
I don't know, man.
Yikesies.
I hope it kind of chills out. Just mostly because I don't want to have to see it anymore. I just am done hearing about it. And then I'll click on like a post on like Reel. What's not Real? What's it called? Threads, which is like the worst. But just like the way people are talking and like the shit they're saying. It's like you guys are all idiots. But then I'll click. Then it'll be about like Israel and Gaza and just the way that people are talking to each other about that. It's like Jesus Christ. You guys don't know how to be human beings to each other.
No.
It's fucking
It's crazy.
nuts.
Social media, not great. If you didn't know, not great.
Hold on. I thought I heard someone knocking, but it might just be the floor below me.
Got a visitor?
No. But yeah. And then NBA finals started. There's only been one game so far. Jesus Louise.
They are just
milk, and it's a bad because
it is
Trinity
bad.
and I were talking like I'm bored.
I know.
Like I'm ready for the next game, and nothing.
Yeah.
The first game was on Thursday, and now it's not. And now it's Sunday, and there's finally another game tonight. That's too many days.
I don't know why
in
there's so
between.
many. Exactly. It's stupid.
What are we doing? Especially since the first game was such a blowout.
It's like,
man, we didn't get a good game, so we're not even excited for the next game. I'm
Exactly.
realizing I'm not that excited at all. I don't really.
No.
I just don't care who wins this series at all. I'm not that into anybody. I don't like. The thing is, I don't like Boston at all.
No.
In Dallas, I don't really care for her that much either.
Nope. Is someone knocking?
I don't know. Do you hear
Go
anything?
check. No.
I think it's just someone doing something downstairs, and it sounds like it's a knocking sound. So there's that.
Yeah, and it's like you said, that first game, it was such a blowout that it's like, ugh. And then, I kind of feel, are we gonna keep having these blowouts because no one can get a rhythm going, and it's just these long waits, and I would understand if it was when they're traveling to the next place, if they did one extra day in between those, sure.
Yeah, but this
maybe.
is in Boston
But
again.
this is in Boston, exactly.
It's crazy to me.
It just doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make any sense. And again, the only fun part was just seeing Porzingis go off. That was kind of fun to see him come back and be like instantly a factor.
Right.
That was kind of interesting. Like I don't think anyone expected that. Like him to be that
ready and
ready
able
and fresh, though. He's clearly the freshest.
Well, that's the thing. It's like I think he was
he only
resting
played
as much
20
as
minutes though. But that's really, they get 20 minutes like that out of him every game. There's no way they lose that series.
Never.
I mean, I really don't think they're going to lose that series anyway. Even though I think you picked Dallas in 6. Like
I did, but I just think during that game, I was like, gosh, I was just trying to get Boston to lose just because I didn't want them to win.
I mean, if
Dallas
does win, it's going to be in 6 or 7 for sure.
Yeah,
it won't be faster.
No, not even close. I mean, Kyrie played like shit. I think he had like 12 points.
Kyrie Irving?
Irvin? Irving?
I know. But yeah, so that game's tonight. I predict tonight that Boston wins again at home.
I think so too. They crushed.
Could we get
and it wasn't even hard.
Could I modify to 5?
Maybe. Yeah, if you want to.
Boston in 5.
Okay.
Changing it to 5. Since because I was worried about Porzingis. Porzingis looks great though. Boston in 5.
Their role players are just so much freaking better. That's the thing. They have so many of them.
What's that?
They have so many good role players.
Boston.
Yeah. So many.
Yeah. I mean, they're not even role player. They're
No,
a
they're
lot of them
not.
could be starters for other teams.
Yes. Exactly.
They're good. They're a good team, and I think they're if they lose, if they fuck this up, I don't know what you do. They definitely should try to win this thing.
It's like the only silver lining is our guy Drew Holiday gets another, and just because he's a good ass dude.
That bummed me out that he's not getting one for the Bucks though.
I know.
So, there's that. Tara, I bit my tongue. I got one of my teeth fixed.
Yeah, not used to having a tooth there.
Well, there's not even a tooth. It's not even that there's a tooth there. There's not permanent. The opposite. What's the opposite of permanent, Tara?
Temporary.
Yeah, I have a temporary cap on until I get my real cap on, and it's made out of like cementy stuff, and it's rough.
Yeah, it's a
and
weird
bit,
texture.
and it's also got the same jagged. Like they made a copy of my bad tooth, so it's got the broken part out of it. So it's like catching my tongue. Fucking hurts. Everything I eat and drink for the last few days has been dog shit.
You've got a bit tongue, a painful zit. What else got going on?
I don't know nothing. I'm good otherwise, I feel like.
Good.
Let's be honest. So a couple things we got going on this week. Any other sports things you caught that you wanted to talk about?
Not really.
No. I was trying to think if there was anything.
I have my wettest moment is sports related.
Oh wow, I forgot about wet and dry moments. Guess it's just you this week. Forgot we added that.
That's okay. My wettest moment was that one of the most hated / worst umpires was bullied into retirement.
Oh yeah, I love it.
Angel Hernandez.
Yeah, people don't like him.
No, they hate him, and I mean, he just had a bad attitude too. Like
Sure.
he just,
Yeah,
you could tell he thought highly of himself, but he was tired of the people bullying him online or saying shit online, so he retired.
You've been a ref or an umpire for a long time.
Yeah.
I see here that Luka Doncic is questionable for tonight's game. So.
What's injured?
I don't know. It just says he's questionable, so that can't be good. If he doesn't play, there's no way they win. But if they want to win and he's a little dinged, maybe sit him.
Yeah.
I think the series is over if he doesn't play tonight.
I did. Yeah. I mean, it looked pretty much over after. And I know they didn't have a great game. They had a terrible game. Dallas did, but still. They just have
baseball umpires is a hard job.
Yeah.
Bad, and and a lot of them are bad.
Yeah.
Are they ever going to go? You think it'll ever move to the electronic umpire where they just use that to judge if it's a strike zone or not? They have the technology for it. It exists.
I feel like they might. I don't like it, but
I don't like it because it just means everyone's job goes away then eventually.
Yeah.
Can't have if the umpire can't get the umpire right.
Well, you can still be an umpire for the Savannah Bananas.
That's true.
Maybe there'll be more teams like that.
Do they even have to umpire that hard?
No, but they get to dance and participate.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That might be my dream job.
What's your dry moment of the week?
My driest moment of the week is there were 3 shark attacks in Destin, Florida, and that's like a Gulf town.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times sharks aren't there, and I am a lover of the ocean, and it's freaking me out. And I think they said there was like probably thousands of sharks off this coast in the Gulf. I'm like, oh my God.
Just because probably the warming of the sea, so they're more willing to go. Like it's changing, so that's where they're headed to.
It's probably has something to do with the global climate change. So
yikes!
It scares me.
We're all dead anyway.
They weren't that far from. They weren't that far from the beach. So I'm kind of like, Jesus.
We're on our way to fixing all that of health issues, curing all the diseases, people living forever. But the world's just gonna be over because we didn't take. Because that's how it's.
Exactly.
When we get there, we're like, oh, we did it, and then it's like, yeah, but it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter because we were
Doesn't
assholes
matter because
to
we got all the
Mother
sharks.
Earth
Now we got the sharks.
and the tornadoes.
Oh, I just
So
realized
many
I don't
tornadoes.
like the way I look in this shirt. I'm looking wide. I'm not as hot this week. I'm not looking as sexy this week.
I'm not even close to looking as
No one said
sexy
you
as I did
looked
last week, and I
sexy.
didn't last week, so that's a bad thing. Where I'm just going downhill.
Till you're almost 40.
I know.
As a woman, that's death.
Death, exactly.
That's death.
Yes, it is.
I still got 20 good years left.
There's this like new thing. Well, I don't know if it's new, but I saw it on TikTok, and it's like these guys saying like, if you're a woman over 30 and you aren't like claimed by a man, I mean, you're a marked woman and you'll never be loved.
It's true. True fact. I think it's true.
I think so. I'm just gonna be me, and I'm just gonna always be home alone looking for cats to adopt that I never adopt.
Oh, wow. I
It's too
didn't know
much
you
of a
were doing that.
commitment. I do it all the time. Can't
Don't
have a dog.
Don't
Can't
be a
have a dog.
pickleball cat person. Tara's playing pickleball after the pod.
Also, Drew was very much like realized how much of a townie I was when we walked into a townie bar and everybody knew me.
Everyone knew her. Everyone's like, I was like talking. I'm like, you Tara's brother? Like before she even got there, I'm like, yeah. And it was all like the service industry. It was funny.
Yeah.
Because when we were kids, there's 2 bars in town, basically. But now there's a bunch more a few like 3 or 4 bars in town that are more than the originals. But they all close a little earlier. They're like, 11 o'clock bars, 10 o'clock bars. But the main tap, the main late, everyone, so all the
OG.
service industry people end up there together drinking. Yeah. It's really funny. Because, everyone there basically worked at a different bar when we got there. So that was funny, I thought.
Yep. I've become a townie.
Yeah, Tara's a townie now. It's
I never
strange.
expected it.
I mean, I'm almost a townie now. Just because when I come back, I go hang out and I hang out with townspeople.
Yeah.
I'm a townie
people in the
by
town.
proxy.
Yeah.
So, so we got a couple things. Tara and I both watched Ballers. Let's do Ballers first because it's not that good. Not that good to talk about. Let's be quick, probably. So we decided to watch the first 2 episodes of Ballers for this episode this week. Ballers, you guys are familiar, is on HBO or was on HBO. It starred The Rock, Rocky Dwayne The Rock Johnson, as a retired football player who is now I thought he was an agent, but I'm wrong. He's just like
he's
he
like
works
a
at like a financial
advisor or something.
Yeah. So how lame? Like who fucking make him an agent?
Right?
How much better is the show? Maybe he becomes an agent
Maybe
later. Because him being a financial advisor is not good.
No.
I bet he becomes an agent because the thing that they're doing is not interesting.
No, not at all.
At all. Just being trying to basically the way he's talking to handling the player there makes it feel more agent-y than he's not
sure.
Why would anyone talk to their financial manager like that?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It didn't make any sense.
It was so weird. I was like,
to run through their book doesn't make any sense.
Right. I was so confused.
Yeah. So maybe he does become an agent. Maybe I'll have to stick with it. I don't think so. It's not very good. Tara, how did you feel about it? First 2, how many episodes did you end up watching?
I watched maybe 4 of them.
Why?
Just because I was trying to see if it got better. Mom claimed that it gets better. She was like, I don't know when it gets better, but
I just don't care about anything going on.
No.
Honestly.
And The Rock's broke.
Yeah, Rock starts out very broke in the show.
He gave $300,000 to not even his client, a player who's been mismanaging his money. And then all of a sudden he goes to get $200 out of his bank account and he was overdrafted. Yeah. And I'm like, how are you going to recoup that money? I'm very confused.
Well, he's supposed to pay him back, but I don't understand how we even thought that was the move.
Well, he's supposed to pay him back, but it's not like he signed a contract or anything. It was like a handshake.
Well, that was more for him. That was more about he owes him the money regardless. That was more about him becoming his client. That's what
Right,
that was
but like,
about.
if you give someone money, you have to assume that you're never going to give it back unless you sign like some sort of.
But he knows he's about to get a multi-million-dollar contract. But that hasn't happened yet.
Do you, what if he gets hurt?
Does it happen in the next couple episodes? Does he get his contract?
Know.
Huh?
What if it just keeps rolling downhill where all of a sudden, like, he never gets signed because he gets injured or
For sure that could happen.
I know.
Tara, it's
and then
a
The Rock
stupid
just doesn't
show.
have any money the whole entire time.
It's a dumb show.
Oh my God, how terrible was the football player's best friend?
He was so annoying.
Oh my God, I'm like, do we have to deal with him the entire season?
I don't know. You tell me.
I
You're
don't
4
know.
episodes
Well,
in.
4 episodes in, yeah.
Well, then there's also so Denzel's kid is one of the. He's like a player in the league. He's like a little older in the league. He's not like a young player. He's like a little. It's kind of his last chance stop sort of thing.
Definitely.
I just really think Denzel's kid's a bad actor. I don't think he's good in anything.
Oh, I like him.
You're crazy. Turn agrees. We've seen him in other stuff where like he's not a good actor.
I mean, he's
He's
no
almost trying
Denzel.
to do a Denzel impression, but he's not
is.
good at it. I think he's a bad actor. I've seen him in many things. I think he's bad in them. That's my take. It's nepotism at its finest.
Well, it's definitely nepotism. Him and Zoe Deschanel.
Right. But anyway, so yeah, basically basically they're trying to do Entourage. It's the very same sort of like setup as Entourage almost.
Oh yeah, like when they call the agent and he's like boning a chick and her boobs are like all in full display and
yeah.
There's
literally a scene like that in Entourage.
Yeah, like every episode.
Where he's just having sex. They'll be having sex on the phone with like an agent or a woman. It's like, what are we doing?
Yep.
So, but it doesn't have any of the charm of it. Like none of the people in it are like.
It's you don't really care.
You don't care. Well, here's the thing: in Entourage, it's funny. Like the people are charming because they're also like, you're making fun of it. Like they're ridiculous too. Like
right.
They're kind of
Johnny
losery.
Drama.
Other than Vince, everyone's kind of a loser at first, you know, and they're kind of like the butt of every joke. And there just isn't that everyone's taking themselves very serious in this show. It doesn't quite work.
What happens in the second episode? Because they all kind of are. Because I watched 4 of them.
All wrote. Second episode was when he goes to dinner with the whole family. Like
okay, and he gets
the whole crew,
and he gets him to sign
the contract at the very end.
Okay,
but and he doesn't get his contract. He and the player didn't get his new contract yet.
Right.
But he's trying to for the Cowboys. So yeah, I don't know. I'm not going to stick up with it. I don't. My take is pass.
Yeah,
people.
I don't feel like I need to
pass.
I don't feel like I need to watch any more of it after watching
Sorry, Jeannie.
like 4. Sorry, Mom.
Sorry, Jeannie.
It just wasn't good.
It doesn't work for us. Ballers, watch Entourage. I don't think Mom's even watched Entourage. She should go watch Entourage. She'll probably compare it to fucking Ballers. Man, this ain't as good as Ballers.
She's like, this ain't Ballers.
Listen, Entourage isn't great. I just really like to rewatching all of it. Tara, do you have any other Ballers talk? Anything you want to mention about it? I just don't feel like there's anyone you take from me. Like, man, I got to see more of this character. Do you know what I mean?
I kind of like the guy who goes, oh, I don't know the episodes now. Did you see when one of the
doesn't matter. I'm not going to watch any more of it.
Did you see when one of the old football players goes to get a job at a car dealership?
Yeah, I saw that.
I like that guy.
Yeah, he's fine.
And
I mean,
like
Rob Corddry's in it, and I like Rob Corddry in a lot of stuff, but I haven't really enjoyed. He kind of just is feeling like it's not even him. I wasn't even digging him that much. As his
it's a little wilder as it goes around.
I'm sure it does.
They have a boat party where they invite everyone on this big yacht. I think it's the financial company's president or whatever, and he has a big yacht.
Wild.
And everyone gets wild. He throws out the N-word, which everyone was loving him, and then he threw out the N-word, and they were like,
Rob Corddry does?
Yeah.
That's funny.
So then they take him and throw him into the ocean, and he's like, this is the best party. And then he wakes up the next day, and because The Rock calls him, and he was like, did I really do that? And he's like, yeah, you did really do that. He's like, shit.
Why did
They're
he say the
doing-
N-word?
Because he was like, everyone loved him. And he was
So
like,
he just
I
thought he
love
could
it.
get away
yeah,
with it?
yeah. Everyone was not
Did
happy.
he just yell it by itself, or was like
Yeah.
in a sentence?
I think he said my N words. And then he like kind of, it was like he elongated it. So I will say it did get a little better as it went along, but nothing too great.
All right. Well, maybe it's better than I thought. Maybe I gotta keep watching it.
And then what ended up happening is The Rock punched the best friend, Reggie, I think, in the face. And then he was
not gonna go good.
And it like knocked everything over. And he's like, do you really want these people to handle your money when this is how they treat you? And then The Rock kind of made it better and was like, and then that's when the N-word came out because he came up to talk.
All right. Ballers.
So that episode was actually kind of funny.
So maybe I gotta stick to Ballers. Maybe I should. Our plan was to finish season 1. So maybe I'll finish season 1 of Ballers, and we'll come back to it. I'll keep you updated. I'll watch some more Ballers this week. We'll keep you guys updated on season 1. We'll talk about it. Because what is it, like 10 episodes? That's not that big a deal.
Yeah. One of the storylines is the guy selling cars.
No, I'll see it. I'm going to see it.
Okay.
We'll talk about it after I see
Okay.
it.
Okay.
So we did have a list made up for the week. We have not a great list.
Not a great list.
I think actually I like the list, but I don't know that all of our listeners will even kind of get it. So our list for the week is our top 3 plus, our top 5 things on social media food videos that we can't stand. I have about 50 of them. And Tara, so I don't know what food videos you went with. I just encompassed all different versions of it.
Oh yeah, me too.
Because there's a bunch of different kinds of food videos. There's ones I like where it's just someone makes a good, where it's just like, oh, that looks delicious.
Yeah.
And they just make it. And they just show it being made quickly.
Yes.
But that's our top 5. Our top 5 things in food social media videos that drive us insane, that we hate. Tara, what's your number 5 thing in social media food videos that make you want to punch someone?
So my number 5 is when there's no talking at all, and it's just like ASMR, just like cooking noises. So it's like,
and not good ones either. Like
no,
this was mine too. Same exact number.
Yeah.
Where it's just like slapping meat down on like the cutting board. And it's just like sweat noises. I'm like, get over your ASMR. It's not, and it's just like very fastly cut together.
Like,
Yes, it's like flop, 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 flip, 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 flip.
And then it's like
It's like, just get rid of the noise.
Right, exactly. It's just like,
have you talking over it, because it's like getting old.
Yes.
Like ASMR had its moment. I'm sure there's still people that love ASMR, but it's definitely past its moment.
It's definitely
Flop,
like
plop, 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 plop.
plop.
Plop, plop, plop,
And then
plop. It's so fucking annoying.
Yeah.
Like I hate it. The noises are so wet and sloppy, and it's like, it does not make me want to eat the food ever.
No. And it's I'm just annoyed by it.
Yeah.
So almost to the point where it's like, I don't even know what you made because it was annoying.
Well, that was also my number 5. So what's your number 4?
Right. My number 4 is when they have stupid filter voices over it talking instead of their voice. And and then a lot of times like the filter voice doesn't even say words correctly. I'm like,
I hate that.
Why are you filter
I hate that for any social media video, but
yeah, I'm like, just use your regular voice. Like, this is your food that you're making, and show some ownership to it, and like make it interesting, not just like this very like boring filter voice. It's like you're just typing it in what it needs to say. It's not even like a
I agree. I don't like that.
The trickster one.
But again,
like
people do it for everything, and it like makes things go fucking viral. So it'll get pushed because it is on there sometimes. My hair looks like shit. It was beautiful and curly, and I wore a hat, and it fucked it up. So now I look like a little stupid bitch. My number 4 social media food trope that I hate. I hate when they present it to you by like They always do is they will fold it up nicely and then they cut it in half, right? And then they open it up so you can see it. Like
Oh yeah.
they like open it, they think they're so cool, and then they squeeze it. So either the juice stuff comes pouring, like juices come. I'm like, why are you squeezing it? I can see it. I don't want to see it perfectly wrapped. I want to see it sitting nicely on a plate. The way you have it wrapped and you're cutting it in half, it looks fucking stupid. Like, I never like go to a meal and like my plate comes out like I got a delicious burger or something, and I don't cut it in half and go, oh look how good. No, I see it on the plate and I'm like, that looks awesome. I'm gonna bite it right now. Why would you cut it in half and do that stupid reveal? It doesn't make it look tastier.
No.
It's like this false, because if it's a good clean cut, it gives you like this false thing of like these layers where people are like, oh, look how well it's like. It doesn't make it tastier. If you didn't have me sold on if I wanted to eat it yet, by the time you're cutting it in half and showing it to me, then you didn't make a good enough thing.
Right.
It doesn't make it tastier. Tara, what's your number 3 thing?
My number 3 thing is when someone is making like a really good recipe and I'm like, oh my God, this looks awesome. It looks easy enough for me to make. I want to make this.
Yeah.
And in order to get the recipe, you have to comment or let them know that you want it. Are you fucking kidding me? I don't want to engage with you. I just want to know what this recipe is so I can make it. And I'm sure I'll give you a follow if you
if you have more than one good one.
Yeah,
I'd give me goodies.
But like, in order to actually get the recipe, you have to send it to me. Fuck that. I don't actually want to like have a relationship with you.
Yeah. So mine's along those lines of like, of trying to get people, like try to get, what's the word? You just used it when you interact to get engagement. One of my things is that I hate the trend of, people doing bad food on purpose.
Yes.
So people will talk shit about it and make comment on it, and they just do like disgusting shit where it's like pour a bunch of shit in a crock pot or something.
Yes.
And they do a bunch of dumb extra steps for no reason. No, like it's not a funny, it's like the people that comment on it, like don't comment on it either. Like don't give them they do it just good enough for you. Like, oh, I believe them. Like, no, they're full of shit.
Yeah.
Don't give them credit for that. Because it's gross. They're usually really gross looking.
I agree.
I was like, ugh.
That was actually my next one. It was kind of like, it's generally that where you don't know if it's a joke what they're doing, like if they're just joking around and like it's not actually a good recipe, and like they have like hype people behind the camera like, oh, that looks good, oh, that's awesome.
You do know because it's clearly bad. But
in the end, it like is a, because there's somewhere it's like, oh, this isn't even anything, but in the ones I'm talking about, it's like, oh, well, that actually kind of looks like what you're trying to do, like taking chicken and frying it, but with weird stuff, and then it just looks, it's like, is that good or is that bad?
So wait, what is you're saying you don't like though? If you can't tell if it's good or bad?
No, that it's like, what are you doing? Like, this is like gross. Like, one person was put a bunch of shit in and then was like mixing it with their hands, but then like people, when they were done, it looked like something somebody would actually eat, so I can't tell if it's actually good or if it's a joke.
I'm confused. So you don't like if you can't tell or not until the end of the video?
No, you can't tell even at the end of the video if it's.
Then it's not good if you can't tell. If it's good. What are you talking about?
But then they're all so long and drawn out too, and it's like,
oh, if they get long, if they're long, they're not worth watching. That's the truth. For a cooking video, they should be quick and fast.
Like this one,
and to show you them doing it really quick in the end product.
Yeah.
I don't even need you to see you do anything. Maybe a couple things like, but mostly I just want to see the end product. Like, okay, I want to get the recipe for that and make it.
Yeah.
My number 2 is, so I'm going to this genre is the people that go and like go to a restaurant and review food and they like talk about it, right? Like they're reviewing it basically. Like they do it in their car, or they do it
Oh, okay, yeah.
like Miranda watches this one girl that does this, and she'll like go try a bunch of things in the same city and restaurant. And I hate so much how they describe their food. Like they'll just like it's so like they'll say it's so good and so this and so that. They just like their vocabulary for how they talk about the food is so generic that I'm just like I don't care. Like you're boring me with your like this is so good, this is so juicy, there's so much flavor. I'm like, but like try to like give me something else. That just always feels like such generic things that they do in these. Like there's this guy watching a car and he'll do it. I used to like it because he just did weird stuff. Like he just did like Taco Bell and stuff like that. And like he was like passionate about it. But like the more I watch him, I just get really bored because it's always just like you say the same two. It's either dry or not dry, juicy or dry. So I don't know. I just think that there's too many people telling me how something tastes, and I just realized I don't trust you.
Yeah.
I don't trust your taste buds because you're not really helping me out here. I guess that comes from a person who when you watch the Food Network, when Guy Fieri says stuff, I'm like, oh, you're telling me why it's good.
Yeah.
I'm like, why I'm excited, and then I get
like
excited
a little bit
about
of heat that I can feel, and I really like that. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, this is the reason I like this. The reason this is good is because this specific. Oh, did you use that spice?
Yeah.
Like that sort of thing I like.
He's like, yeah, I could taste it. Oh, it's like balanced.
So I guess my point is I'm tired of hearing normal people that don't know shit about shit tell me that food's good. And I'm like, is it good though? Is it good? I've watched enough Food Network. That's the thing. I'd rather watch the Food Network now.
Oh yeah.
I don't want to see a recipe. I'm like, that looks good. I should go look more into it. You can tell if something's good or not by looking at it. Usually, the way it's. So yeah, what's your number one? Probably my number one.
My number one is when people are talking about their food and eating it, and their mouth is full of food, and it grosses me out.
So, my number one's a little more specific. I just don't want to see you eat your food.
Yeah. No.
I like when they take their big ass bites at the end, or they're doing a review. They take a big ass bite, and they just like and they go and like so delicious.
Yeah.
They put on a little show. I'm like, I don't want to watch you eat. I don't want to watch you eat your fucking food. You know, again, guy, when Guy does it, I'm fine with it.
Yes.
But these people, because it's always like a close up of their face, and they're just like shoving food in their face, and they're making sloppy noises.
And part of it too is probably because we don't trust what they're saying. So it's like, okay, we get it.
Right.
Like you're lying to us.
But yeah, I don't want to see people eat their food anymore.
No.
Like that close to my face. It's not fun to watch people eat. Like when I was thinking about it. Like when I hang out with people and we're hanging out together while we eat, I don't watch them eat. Do you know what I mean? You sit and have a conversation with someone, you don't really watch them take their bites.
And then when I do, I hate them.
Yes, I do. I'm like, you got food on your face.
So it's like when I mean, how many times have you yelled at me for talking while eating?
You're terrible.
I know.
I'm not saying I don't do it, but like you do it all the time.
I know I do. And
I don't want to hear you explain how good your own food you made is while your face is shoved full of your food.
Yeah.
You pig. Fucking pig. So yeah, that's I think it was a pretty good list actually by the time we were done with it, Tara.
I think so too.
So yeah, yours is just that when they talk with their mouth. Mine's just in general, I don't want to see you eat. This is where this all stemmed from, is because I think I brought that up, and I don't want to see it.
Yeah.
It's not making me want the food more. And again, it's people I don't trust.
Not at all.
I don't trust you.
Gross.
I don't trust the way you're eating your food. I mean, there's some people out there eating, I'm like, you get it. You know flavors. It's rare though.
Yeah, and it's like we talked about it last week, like the mukbangs or whatever they're called, where people are
just
mukbang.
Yeah, I would never watch that.
Just people shoveling
That's just like
food
all
in
of the things we talked about in one.
I know.
Like in those videos that we hate. The eating, the noises.
And then just like, you sound so gross. It's just like grates on my ears. That? Right? It's like, oh, let's watch somebody eat a bunch of food, like an obscene amount of food.
Yeah, it's dumb.
And then like when they're talking and like I'm sure they're spitting food everywhere.
Oh yeah, not a fan at all. Hold on here. Tara, you got anything for me?
Yeah.
It's too early to quit, but Like, did you have any like hard-hitting questions or anything like
Yeah, I do.
that? Let's hear it.
So today's Donald Duck Day.
Dang.
And I have a couple. One, I want to know your top 3 ducks.
Top 3 ducks.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Top 3 ducks. I would say I'm having a hard time picking which Mighty Duck would be on my list.
Ooh.
I would probably say probably Goldberg.
Goldberg.
Goldberg's my favorite Mighty Duck. Gotta love yourself some Goldberg. And then I'll say
Adam Banks is my favorite.
Well, he's not mine. He's a cake eater. He's a good guy, actually.
Yeah.
But I like Goldberg. Goldberg's good comedy.
Yep. A very good comedy.
Just him in anything from that era. He could have been in anything and it would have been good,
Mm-hmm.
that actor. And then I'll say Duck. Probably Scrooge McDuck.
Yes.
I like
on my
Scrooge
list.
McDuck quite a bit. So I got Scrooge McDuck, Goldberg. What's Goldberg's first name in that? So I can get it right.
His first name in the Mighty Ducks?
Yeah.
He just went by Goldberg.
I'm sure he had a name.
Um,
Goldberg, Mighty Ducks. I forgot that he's like really not doing well.
no, I think he got it back together.
I don't know.
I think so.
Since 2022.
I
Yeah, he
think
looks like
so.
he's maybe
Yeah.
coming back. You're
Yeah.
right. I think you're right. He looked like real shit.
Mm-hmm. Meth.
Crazy. Yeah, he might just be Goldberg.
Yeah.
You know, he has a name. What is it? Help me out here.
Let's see. Goldberg's
I got it.
first
I'm
name.
pulling it up. Don't worry. This says his name is Greg. Greg Goldberg. Greg Goldie Goldberg. I don't remember anyone calling him Goldie. Did they call him Goldie?
No.
Maybe they did.
Greg Goldberg. I love it.
Greg Goldberg.
He looks like a
Scrooge
little Greg.
McDuck, and I'd say probably Daffy. I'm a big Daffy Duck guy. Daffy's pretty cool. Daffy's good
was
comedy.
I feel like Daffy, you're kind of like Daffy Duck a little bit.
What's that mean?
It means that you're kind of grumpy.
Oh, wow.
Because Daffy was definitely a grump. And a know-it-all.
Yeah, I got a little Daffy in me.
Yeah.
I'll give you that. I'll take it. I got that Daffy Duck. I got that Daffy Duck going. He's number 1. Scrooge. And then Goldberg.
What about Howard?
Howard the Duck? Ooh. Is he your number 1?
He was in there. He was in the mix. Of
Howard
people I thought about.
is on his own. He's his own thing.
He's a wild duck.
He's his own thing for us.
Yes.
Howard the Duck was a wild duck. That's my favorite duck movie. For sure. Any other ones?
So my other one is top 3 Disney characters because Donald Duck is a Disney duck.
Oh, top 3 Disney characters. Top 3 Disney characters. I'm not
That's
a
a
huge
hard one.
Disney guy is the thing. I guess I would probably say is Pixar Disney? Yeah, Pixar's Disney.
Yeah, it's an offshoot.
So I'd say I like Sully.
Oh, I love Sully.
Sully's really good. I would say I also like Woody.
Yep.
Sully,
Yep.
Woody, and probably Pumbaa. That's my top 3 Disney characters of all time.
That was good. I think
Sully,
you nailed that one.
Pumbaa, and Woody. That's
Very
my crew.
good.
Terry, you want to know some famous birthdays from today? Pretty
Sure.
big ones. Pretty big
Yeah.
ones.
Let's hear it.
Today, 61-year-old Johnny Depp. Top 3
61?
61. Terry, what are your top
Jeez.
3 Johnny Depp movies? Go.
Crybaby, number 1.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he was really good in Pirates of the Caribbean.
Pick it. That's fine.
So that'll be my 3. And
Oh,
my
so
number,
you want to sandwich something in between?
yeah,
Okay.
my number 2 will be Edward Scissorhands.
Okay. Nice. I think that's great. I think that's correct.
Yeah.
I think that's correct. That's really good. Also turning 43 today is Natalie Portman.
Ooh.
We don't have to play top 3 Natalie Portman movies, I don't think. I do love Natalie Portman, though.
I do too. I don't know if I've seen her probably 2 of his biggest movies.
Her what?
2 of her biggest movies I've never seen.
What is that?
Black Swan
Yeah.
and any of the
Star Wars prequels.
Yeah.
Well, how about Michael J. Fox turned 63 today?
Mm.
Top 3 Michael J. Fox movies.
That's
That's good.
it's-
I'd say Teen
yeah.
Wolf number 1.
I would say
For me, it's Teen Wolf 1, Back to the Future number 2, and Back to the Future 3. I'm sorry, Back to the Future 2 number 3. Confusing, but yes.
I would say Back to the Future number 1.
Mm.
Back to the Future number 1.
Oh my God, just say them. It doesn't really matter.
Teen Wolf number 2.
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen any of the other Back to the Future.
You never saw 2? What are you talking
I
about?
saw like moments of 2, but
Tara,
not.
you've never seen Back to the Future 2? You have to watch it for the pod.
feel
Like, what are we
like-
talking
I
about?
feel like I might have
future
seen it all.
one
I
where
feel
he
like where there's the. I feel like I have.
The hoverboards? Flying cars?
Yeah,
I don't think you've never
I
seen
have.
Back to the
I've
Future
definitely
2?
I think I have hoverboards for sure.
I think you should watch
I don't know why I'm kind of like blank. I know that like
it. You don't have to watch it.
I think I'm almost positive I've seen it. I just don't remember it
That's
the
insane to me.
same.
So what's
way.
your third J. Fox movie? Do you even
Stuart
know
Little.
any other ones?
Stuart Little.
Okay, there you go. That's a good one.
It was good.
That was good.
His voice in it was
Well done.
the best. I don't think anyone else could have played Stuart Little.
Oh, really? You don't think anyone else could have voiced a mouse like that?
No, I think that he was
He had the perfect
made to
voice for
play
it.
Stuart Little. Yeah.
I'm trying to see if there's any other good ones for today. Birthdays. I don't know any of these people. I know some, but you don't know them. And I only know them from like a role. They're young and in like a role, like one role from a TV show. Yeah, I don't see a bunch of TikTokers and stuff like that. Stassi Baby? Instagram
Stassi
star?
Baby?
Stassi Baby? I don't know who that is.
I don't either. Is that Kylie Jenner's friend?
Could be. It says Instagram star, 27.
Her name's Stassi Baby?
Stassi Baby. Stacy Baby? Maybe it's Stacy Baby. Looks like Stassi to me, though. So, any other holidays or anything for me?
Yeah.
What do you got? Dang,
It
she got a lot of shit this
is
week.
National Kids Day.
National Kids Day.
So I just wanted you to name the top 3 coolest things about being a kid.
Oh, they're going to say the top 3 kids. I was like,
No.
we could do
no.
that. Top 3 coolest things about being a kid?
Yeah.
Well, no, not having a job is number 1.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say number 2, coolest thing about being a kid is not having bills.
Yeah.
And then the third coolest thing about being a kid is just friends. It's just you get to hang out with your friends so much more when you're a
Yeah.
kid. It's like
Like you literally go to school and it's like you learn, I guess, but you get to hang out with your friends.
yep. And then it's easy
Every
to hang
day.
out afterwards, sports, hanging out, weekends, nights.
Yeah.
I think that was the perfect list.
I think that was a
nailed
perfect list.
I think I nailed the list.
I co-sign.
Mm-hmm.
The only other thing is today's National Meal Prep Day, and I don't know if there's anything else in the world that I'd rather do less than meal prep.
I know. I have this. I follow this person. Speaking of food videos, I follow this person that meal preps. He does do the thing that annoys me, where he slaps down everything when he's making it. It's making noises, but he makes. Well, looks to me like good meal prep shit.
Mhm.
But I don't got it in me to do it.
No.
It's like,
It takes
And I'm a guy
me
that
so
cooks,
long.
but because it's just been easier for me just like to cook my one thing real quick. I don't mind having to cook. I don't even know that if I had more going on, like if I had kids and stuff like that, other stuff going on, I might do more meal prepping. But it's the fact it's just me. It's so much easier just to cook for myself, like really fast. Let's cook a meal really fast. Boom, I'm eating. I'm eating when I'm ready. You know,
Yeah.
that's my take.
And I just like there are certain things I'm totally fine with reheating and are good.
Sure.
But then there are other things that it's like I like want to vomit when I reheat it cuz it just tastes like shit. Like re-cooking chicken, like microwaving chicken.
Yeah.
That shit's gross.
Tara, we haven't done anything for Pride yet.
Oh god.
I feel like we should do something for Pride
what the
Month.
hell?
Next week. Maybe we should pick like a gay, iconic gay movie that you haven't seen and talk it out,
I like it.
or rewatch something like Judy Newmar.
Tu Wong Fu thing and everything, Julie.
Yeah,
Let's see some iconic gay movies.
I googled iconic gay movies.
Iconic.
Love Simon. Don't know that. I do know what that is. but
Oh, I like that.
I've seen it. I didn't love it. Heartstopper season 3 is coming soon, by the way.
I have not even seen Heartstopper season 2. I don't think.
Oh, really? It wasn't as
Yeah.
good as season 1. You ever
Season
seen
1
Moonlight?
was so good.
You ever seen Moonlight?
No.
I'm not gonna I don't think that's a great pod talk. I'm gonna be honest. Birdcage is a classic.
So good.
Brokeback Mountain. I don't want just like movies with gay, because some iconic people, like gay people, consider iconic movies aren't like just about being gay.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? I'm trying to find something here for Pride.
Do you know what?
Tu Wong Fu could be a good one, just because we haven't seen it in a long time.
We have not.
Philadelphia, I've never seen, but that just seems too sad.
Oh
for this
my
pod.
god. I've seen it and it is the
A
saddest.
little too sad for this pod.
Priscilla, Queen of the Desert, terrible. Jimmy made me watch it and I hated it.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm looking here. Not seeing anything that's catching my eye. So what else can we do for Pride Month? Maybe we could do our top 5 gay actors next week. Are we allowed to do that?
I don't know.
Why wouldn't we be?
I guess. I mean, I don't think that would be an issue.
There's plenty of them out there to choose from.
LGBTQ plus.
Yeah. Let's do our top 5 LGBTQ plus actors. Or I guess he's just actors is the all-encompassing word, I would say. Next week. How's that sound?
Okay.
That sounds good.
Sure.
Or characters.
Okay.
What would you prefer to do? I say actors because characters could get weird.
Dicey.
Could get dicey because it's probably a lot of times it's probably non-gay person
Right.
playing them,
Yeah.
or it
Okay.
could be like really. Let's do actors.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I'm into that. That should be good. The gayest movies that aren't explicitly gay.
Ooh.
The first picture I see is our main man, dead center, Roadhousing. Sister Act
Why is that gay?
is the first one they huh?
Why is that gay?
I think that I don't know exactly. All About Eve, Johnny Guitar. Never heard of it. These are old. These are too old for me. Let's move forward a little. Valley of the Dolls. It says Barbarella. Because some of these Grey Gardens, Brief Encounter, 9 to 5. You ever seen it?
Mm-mm.
Mommy Dearest, The Fan, Big Business. A lot of it just is like the actresses in it, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Steel Magnolias, Roadhouse. I didn't know that was a gay iconic movie.
I didn't either.
Interesting. Why it's gay? Those who had already read, so I guess I'm learning about myself here. Those who had already read queer hues in Top Gun 3 years earlier saw some of them in the story of Dalton, Patrick Swayze in his first. I don't see it in that one, other than him just being in sick shape. Because there's one thing he likes to do in that movie, and that's to lay the pipe on the ladies. I guess. I don't know. I think it's the truth is it's probably because he's so hot in it. Fried green tomatoes, mermaids, Death Becomes Her, Sister Act. I think it's just that it's got a bunch of women in it.
Sure.
Is what they're saying, basically. Hocus Pocus, they're saying. Again, it's the actresses. I think it's because it's a bunch of women actresses, and for some reason, instead of, I guess.
Because, like, mermaids, it's like Cher's in it, and she's just a gay icon.
Right, and Bette Midler's in Hocus Pocus. Sarah Jessica Parker, you know. I think that's what's going on there. Showgirls. First Wives Club.
I love that movie.
You don't own me.
Don't try to change me in.
Glitter, huh?
Glitter.
Stepford Wives, Burlesque, Venom. Why Venom?
Venom?
Barbie. Yeah, Venom. I don't know why.
Is Jake Gyllenhaal in it? Or
No,
is it Tom Hardy? Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not gonna read. There's a long thing about it. I don't want to read it. It's too long. It's not good. It's not good pod fodder, I would say, just to have me reading that. Probably wasn't this best right now. Me trying to find a gay movie. We'll do the thing I said. The top 5 LGBTQ plus Hollywood actors. Tara.
Yeah.
There's one. Do you know it's National Strawberry Rhubarb Pie Day?
I did not.
Do you care about rhubarb at all?
No. It's just so sour.
I'm not a big rhubarb person. Tara, what about Earl? National Earl Day.
Earl had to die.
Earls?
Yep, Earl had to die.
That song?
Yep.
Okay.
Earl.
That's your favorite Earl?
Yeah.
The bad guy that they had to murder.
The song about Earl.
Okay.
Earl Grey tea, delicious.
Mm-hmm.
And then Earl. I don't even know any people named Earl.
What was the second one?
My name is Earl.
What was the second
Great
one? Great
show. Earl Grey tea.
Oh wow! What about the Duke of Earl?
Ooh, Earl, Duke of Earl, Earl. No, I think I like the ones I said better.
Yeah, I mean, I think My Name is Earl is a very good show.
Yep, it's very funny. So we'll do this. My Name is Earl is 1. Earl.
I'm over the Earl.
Okay.
Tara. I don't give a shit. Are you writing them down?
Yeah.
Why?
Just for fun.
Nobody cares. We have one email. One email, guys. If you guys want to email us at MELLONfights, MELLON fights @gmail.com, you can do it. You can follow us on Instagram at MELLONfights Podcast. You can follow us on TikTok, MELLONfights. You can also follow us on YouTube, MELLONfights. Hey, MELLONfights. This is from someone named Jeannie. First, thanks for making your dad's B-Day special. No problem. Topping it off by a group hang in the garage listening to George Carlin and Rodney Dangerfield on vinyl. Got to give it to Rodney over George this time. I agree. But the ones we listened to, Rodney's was funnier.
Yeah. He talked so fast.
They both were dated, though.
Yes.
Velvet and velour are definitely different.
Whatever.
Velvet was first believed to be introduced in ancient. Okay, she did some research.
She's like a little history lady.
Believed to be introduced in ancient Egypt and China 2000 BC, known for being associated with royalty and lush fabric. Velour, best known associated with 50-year-old women's sweatsuits and maybe Tony and Polly. Nice. You know that look. This homie's not styling that look. You're really not. The Wonka hat is super cool, even on Dad and Mush. Nobody knows what that means, but my dad and my uncle have tiny heads compared to me. They look ridiculous in my hat.
Yes, they did.
I need to watch Saving Private Ryan. Glad you made it through, Tara. You both had some good takes. I agree. Can't watch dubbed movies. Very dry. She said they're dry.
Very
Definitely
dry.
watch Ballers. Give it a moment. Don't give it up after 1 or 2 episodes. I'm sure you next pod airs, you're going to be ripping on it. Yeah. It wasn't very good, Mom. Sorry to tell you.
It got better.
Familiar nicknames. Oh, here we go. Familiar. Junior. She likes Junior. She
Mhm.
likes Slim. That was mine.
Yep.
Ace. Cutie
Ooh.
Girl. T-Bone. Slick. Slick's good.
Slick
Jules.
is good.
Willie. Gonzo. Bubba. Flash. And Doc. All right.
Those were good.
Thanks for the nicknames. Ice cream. Did we do ice cream?
We just said
I
that.
forget everything we.
No, we
Well,
just
go back
said
and
that
redo that. I'm
Rocky
like, I don't know
Road.
what we did.
We just said Rocky Road wasn't good.
Chocolate peanut butter, Baskin Robbins. Butter pecan, Schwann's, better known as yellow now.
Yellow.
And Schwann's vanilla with cut up Snicker bar topping.
That's
All
your
right.
favorite.
Suits was on USA and it was great. I highly recommend it. I don't agree. I've seen episodes of Suits and I don't like it.
People loved it.
They're dumb. Terry, you know what else people love? Fucking 2.5 Men was like the biggest show on TV. The Big Bang Theory. Fucking huge. So big that they had another show that was about one of them as
Young
a kid
Sheldon.
that didn't even feel like they had anything to do with each other.
Yeah.
They didn't even have a similar vibe.
It had more
And that
of a
show
vibe
sucked
of
too. Those shows
Goldbergs.
sucked. Hey, Tara.
Hey, Drew.
It's only an hour and 16. Are we done already?
Uh-huh.
We'll go short this week. That's fine.
Yeah.
Hey, stay
Drew.
dry.
Have a Tuesday.
Have a Tuesday.
Stay dry.
I hate when you do that. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Melon fights.